Hello everybody, it's Gibi. End of the year. End of the year. I cannot believe it. This is the last video of December because the 30th, which is a Thursday, will be bloopers, so look forward to that. And then we start January on Saturday. That's crazy. And I realized it's been a long time since I've done any sort of like life update. You get like bits and pieces, just like through some of my rambles, depending on the video. And if you follow me on Twitter, that's probably where I post the most, and then sometimes on Instagram as well. But that's pretty much it. So I haven't really like caught up with you guys since I'm an ASMR channel. Obviously my focus is on making ASMR content, and less about my personal life and vlog update kind of things. But if you enjoy rambles, and I think we're overdue for one, I hope you enjoy this little video. My life as of December 2021. Oh boy. I have coffee with me, and I also have champagne because I just shot the Candygrams video and it called for champagne in there. I'm going to talk about a bunch of stuff, but the most important is more of like a channel update, so you guys know what's going on. I want to have this on my channel to make sure that I got this information out there, so no one's confused. I posted about this in August. It's been my pinned tweet on Twitter since August, and I posted on Instagram, and I posted on the YouTube community tab. So I'm sure a ton of you know, but not everybody, is that in January and February, I will be posting one video a week instead of 3. So I will have new, like brand new shot content for you one time a week. And I've chosen Saturdays. So every Saturday you're going to get a brand new GB video. Usually I upload Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and that's been consistent, extremely consistent, for almost 5 years now, I think. And I've learned a lot over the last 5 years. I've done so much. I've literally done so much, just in terms of content making on YouTube and also on other platforms and Twitch and all that. But I've always been posting 3 times a week, and that was my thing and is my thing. It's just for January and February. I am trying to find a solution to a problem that I have run into, and as I talk to my fellow content creators, most people run into. And the best way I can describe it is NASCAR. It literally, I was trying to describe it because I say like I'm taking a break or I'm going, vacation, and people are like, oh, have fun on your vacation, GB, like, and I'm like, well, no, I'm not like going on vacation. I just like, I need like a break, and I'm trying to describe it and I couldn't really explain it, but then this analogy is perfect. If I was a NASCAR driver and the thing with racing, my limited knowledge, is you're gonna do like a ton of laps, but to win, your car has to be functional and in top shape, so it's worth making pit stops, pulling over, and having your pit crew fix up your car, change the tires. You need more gas in the car, things need to be fixed, and then you get back out there and you can keep going faster than before. And that is what gets you to the end of the race, or whatever. There is no really end of the race here with me. But that's how I've been feeling, is that I am overdue for a pit stop. I maybe have worn my tires a little too low, perhaps flown a quite little bit too close to the sun. And it truly is just because I love doing what I do. I want to continue making. I would love to have a new video for you every single day. I really would. I adore the process. I adore the script writing and the planning and the filming and everything, but I still, like everyone else in this world, am eventually held back by physical limitations, mentally, body-wise, things that happen in my life outside of YouTube. Yeah, so that's it. I just need a little breather, and what I'm calling it is a reset. This is like my reset time. There's a ton of things that I have been putting off and putting off and putting off and never getting to prioritize, because I always prioritize having my 3 videos. And that's like been my number one priority. And that's how I grew my channel, and that's what I've been doing, and that's what I love doing. But there's a ton of things that are very time consuming that I haven't been able to do that really need to get done. And now's the time. So that is what January and February are for, because I'm only, and 1 video a week is also like a lot of work for people. It is tough because you really could, like, I could pour the same amount of time into 3 videos that I do into 1, etc. So I'm gonna try to keep it, like, I'm trying to stay on my same quality videos. Like, I could obviously spend all week making like epic giant videos, but that's not the point. I need to get some other things done. So the videos that you will see every week on Saturdays, they're going to be the videos that you are like know and expect from me. Nothing crazy, nothing different. Just Gibi ASMR content that you're familiar with. But the last year has gotten us, or myself and Ben, a bunch of new things. One of the biggest ones was we got a puppy. We got Satine, and she is a Swiss Shepherd. So she has been a lot of time and energy to train right, to train correctly, to spend time with, to bond with, etc. And that is something that I'm looking forward to working on in January and February, is spending more one-on-one time with Satine. Ben's been doing a lot of it, and I've been really feeling kind of like I'm missing out on that. And I just want to make sure that I don't fall behind on being a good dog parent. I also was diagnosed with ADHD and anxiety, when we knew the anxiety one, this year. So I've been trying to figure out more about both of those things. I need to read some more literature and books about it. I need to figure out my medication, because right now it's like good, not great. And I need to get myself on a healthy baseline, which I am not on right now. I am not being very healthy. And when people ask like how I balance things, like if my creator friends, how do you do like X amount of work and still have time to XYZ? And the realistic answer is you don't have time. You don't have time. You do have to pick what is important to you. And I have put my literal health on the back burner quite a bit. Oops. Do not do that. Do as I say, not as I do, kind of thing. But I need to get my physical health back on track, because that's not good for anybody. If I deteriorate physically, I won't be able to make videos. So I don't want to get to that point. I need to situate myself and get back to a healthy baseline. So I'm looking forward to that. Ben and I also moved a year and a half ago already. So not this year, but we moved a year and a half ago in 2020. And we got the house all set up, but it is time to work on a ton of projects that, again, I just have been putting off because they didn't really need to get done, but my video for Tuesday needed to get posted, so I would choose the video over the house projects, obviously. But it's time. So many of them have piled up and built up and built up that there's a massive to-do list that I've had that I am just looking forward to smashing all those little to-do list items. And hopefully I can get those done in 2 months and sort of come back in March with a clean slate. Finally, I think it just will be good for me to take a creative break anyway. I am always trying to think of the next video, write the next thing, so I don't feel like I am creatively blocked or anything at the moment, but I'm sure it will be good for me to come back super excited about big projects or new projects and stuff. For example, I've been working a ton on a Hades roleplay with Atlas ASMR. So excited for that one, but I was unfortunately not able to finish the costumes in time to send to him so that we could film that video before January, but it's still coming. I've been working very hard on it, and we just had a really big year. I probably pushed myself a little too hard. There were a couple times where I was just not having very good days, and I felt very overwhelmed, very trapped. I don't know what to do. I need to stop right now. I need to stop right now. But I was able to overcome those moments when I would calm down from that, and came up with this as the solution, which is a scheduled, planned sort of reset, break, breather, so that I could get what I needed, because I haven't done this ever, so I didn't know what to do. I've always just filmed ahead if I ever needed to go anywhere, or if I was going to be away for a week, I would just work extra hard the week before to make sure it was all done. And while it obviously worked, I got them up, the videos were posted. I can't keep doing that. I have officially caught up with myself. I can no longer kick the can down the road. And it's really not fair to my editors either, especially Vest, who edits the wide majority of my videos. I need to be on a schedule for him, for his sake as well, because that's another human being that I need to make sure is taking breaks and is okay. Because we're kind of in this together, and we both have the same mindset where we're like, let's just do it, let's just do it, let's get it all done. I'll film it today, you'll edit it tonight, like kind of thing. And he always comes through for me, and is really just incredibly hardworking. But when you have two people like us, neither of us will ever take the break that people should really have. So this break is also for Vest as well. Because he really, really deserves it. He's been working just as much as me. And it is a paid vacation or break, or however he chooses to use it, so he can actually rest and not take on a bunch more projects. Vest, I know you're listening to me right now. You have to be listening to me. You better actually take this time for a little breather. And then when I come back in March, I will be actually on a schedule, which I'm very excited about. So hopefully I can come back more organized. I would love to consistently have my videos done on a schedule. So it'd be done like a week. A week is probably the most realistic. A week or so before each video is to go live. Vest has a reasonable amount of time to get it done. I get to review it with a reasonable amount of time, and then I get to schedule the upload. So I know if you follow my channel and you wait for my uploads, you know that they are very sporadic in time. I'll post them from 3 p.m. to 11:59 p.m. You know, I would love to post at 6 p.m. every single time. That would be great if I could let you know when those videos are going to come. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 6 p.m. Bam. Like, oh, I would love to do that. So that's one of my goals, to come back like that. And the Hades video, super excited about. And streams, I really miss streaming. If you only watch my ASMR channel, this isn't super relevant, but you can always come join. I haven't had time to stream. It's so sad. I didn't get to do a charity event this year. A bunch of things that I really wish that I had time to do and just didn't. And that obviously bothers me. I always want to, like, if there's something I want to do, it bothers me when I can't, which makes sense. I'm sure pretty much all of you can relate to that. So yeah, there's things that I wanted to do this year that I didn't get to do. There's also a ton of really awesome things we did this year, and looking back at them, so much fun. And I really can't thank all of you enough for continuing to watch my content, kind of growing with me. I know my content it's very varied. You get a lot of different stuff on this channel, and I really appreciate that you all seem to appreciate that. That I get to do different stuff and mix it up, and you know, when idea strikes, I'm not afraid to try it. And yeah, thank you. I am so happy with the content that we made this year. I do really feel like this channel, like my content, is getting better and better. And I'm very happy about that. I love it. Each video has been more time consuming, which I think is where I started to run out of time. But I can't help it because it's worth it. And I really love how my channel's content has been turning out. Thank you guys so much for all of your comments. I absolutely adore reading them. You know, there's a bunch of those passion project type videos that I know aren't going to get millions of views, but the comments on them are just, they make me so happy. They make me feel very validated that I took the time to make that content. So thank you always for leaving nice comments. You know, taking the time out of your day to do that. Thank you. Speaking of streaming, we are on track to eventually hit 4 million subscribers. And if you haven't been around, the last 3 million milestones, we've done a 24-hour stream over on Twitch to celebrate it. Unsure whether this time will be on Twitch or YouTube. I'm not sure, but when we hit 4 million in the next year, I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we'll be doing a 24-hour stream, which is going to be amazing. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to it. The years as an adult, I kind of left college, this is my life, you know. This channel is my life. The years are starting to go by a little quicker. It's a little scary. But each new year has been awesome. So I very much look forward to continuing to make content. I have no plans to stop. not a 1. You guys pretty much tell me when you're done with my content. I'll keep posting if y'all keep watching, kind of thing. And that's a-okay with me. The community has exploded, absolutely exploded in the last year, particularly, I think. There are just so many amazing, talented, fantastic creators out there. So I hope you've been enjoying their content as well. Very honored to share a space with them. I am an avid consumer myself. So I've really, really liked how big the ASMR community has gotten. And I remember talking about it a lot when I started my channel, because that's kind of when ASMR became more of a household term. And that's what I always said when, if I was ever asked, which is just like, every single time ASMR is talked about or brought up, we get new people in the community and they don't leave, because ASMR is not a fad. It's not a trend, because it's a little bit too big for that. I see a lot of fads and trends in the ASMR community, like content-wise and stuff like that. There's videos I used to make all the time, and now like you move on to different popular things, and that's totally normal. But ASMR in general, I was like, I don't see it going anywhere. What people always need and want relaxation and stress relief and calm entertainment and tingles and sleep. You sleep every day, So I'm really proud to see that has held true. My prediction was correct so far. And the more that people talk about it and normalize it, it's becoming way less of something that you hide from your friends. And that's huge. That is huge. Like, I didn't talk about ASMR until I had my own channel. And that was only because I was like, I probably should talk about ASMR since I have my own channel. But I'm really happy with how things have changed and evolved with ASMR in general. So that's very awesome. And I would very much like to be a part of whatever is coming up next. So I think some people are getting nervous that I said I was like taking a break, because again, I'm like, I think a break is the wrong word. I just am. I just need to get some stuff done. And I can't, I never ever want to put out kind of like half-ass quality content for you guys. And I just physically cannot do 3 videos a week and get the stuff done that I need to do. So this is my guess, is that January and February would be enough time. It's usually the slowest time on YouTube. People are getting back from the holidays. They're not spending as much time online. But then I'll be back. I'm not leaving. I'm not even leaving. So I'm posting 1 video a week. I'm not leaving. And if I know myself, when I have a little bit more free time, you'll see me a lot more on Twitter and Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. So I will not in any way be absent from the internet during January and February. I'm going to be very around. That's it. Just wanted to let you know I'm posting 1 video a week instead of 3 for 2 months. And then it's back to 3 videos a week in March. I made this 27 minutes long, but I don't know. I thought maybe you guys would be curious about the thought process, and this is a ramble video after all. So the sponsored Saturday, so because I do 3 videos a week, 2 of them are unsponsored and 1 of them is sponsored. Our sponsored Saturday occasionally be like on a Tuesday or something. So because I'm posting, I think January has 5 weekends, I'm gonna do 2 sponsors. So 1 for like, because it was kind of like finishing out the this last week of December. So it's like, this is Tuesday's video, then we have Thursday's video, which is bloopers, which is unsponsored, and then it'll be a sponsored Saturday. So this Saturday will be sponsored Saturday, and then we'll have one more sponsor in the month, and then we have one sponsor in February. So instead of 4 sponsors, because I usually post 12 videos, and then 4 of those are sponsored, I'm going to be posting like 4 videos a month, and one of those will be sponsored. And then I'm like just counting January 1st as like the end of December, just to like neaten up that last chunk of the calendar week, if that makes sense. So not every single video will be sponsored during January and February, even though they're being posted on Saturdays, because I thought that'd be a bit too much. So yeah, I just picked one sponsor for January, one sponsor for February, just so you know what to expect. All right, we finished the coffee. Do I get to go to my champagne now? Man, what else should we talk about? That's pretty much all. Like, I don't think I can even talk anymore about January and February. I thought that I was very clear in my post, but I still confused people, so I'm worried that I may have over-explained this and am confusing people. Nah, this makes sense. You got it. You get me. You understand. You understand. What else has happened in my life? Oh, okay. The only other big thing that's going on in my life that you guys might not know about, if you don't follow me on Twitter or Instagram, is I am on a tattoo journey. I think that's the only other thing that I've really been doing this year. I got to travel a lot in terms of, did the video with Sarah's shower. I had a ton of weddings. Ben and I are hitting that age where all of our friends are getting married. So I was constantly at weddings this year. I got to hang out with Nibs. I got to hang out with James and Meg. Wow, was this when we posted the B movie? Was in March? No way. I think, no, that was the B movie bloopers. When was the B movie posted, bro? Was it February? The B movie was this year. I think that was probably one of the biggest downfalls, unfortunately for me. It was the best thing I've ever created. By far my favorite thing I've ever created. I cannot understate how much time went into it. And then I was really stubborn and made sure that I stuck with my upload schedule. So throughout the entire process of filming the B movie, I was continuing to upload 3 times a week. And then even the week of the B movie, like the B movie came out on a Tuesday or Thursday, and I like had an upload for the next, like I had all my uploads, like I didn't miss an upload, which was maybe a little dumb of me. And I remember that being kind of overwhelming to just like finish that project and keep going, just keep going. So I had a couple of bumps this year, like almost missing deadlines, self-imposed deadlines. So I'm very proud that we made it to the end of this year. I actually made it. We did it. But holy crap, the B movie was this year. And as a special treat, I have been having Dennis on the side work on a director's edit. We were a little pressed for time when we made the B movie live, and in our haste to get it live, there are definitely some things that I would change, and it's mostly just getting the footage of the B movie to be absolutely perfectly on track with the official B movie. because right now it's not, there's parts where it's like not perfect, and we put so much time and effort into shooting it. I would like the final product to reflect that. We have the footage. My SD card was full, my bad. Where was I? Oh, yes. So, Dennis is working on recutting the B movie so that it is perfectly lined up with the official B movie. I am very excited to have that kind of re-release. So that's something fun to look forward to. And back to what I was talking about before, I know I interrupted myself, do that constantly, is I've been on a tattoo journey. I'm waiting for the day where I can do a tattoo tour, but I'm like, I want to like hoard a couple more pieces first. I've been sitting on this plan for a very long time, and that's sort of my personality, is I will like research something and think about it and obsess over it. I get this like idea in my head, and I've really loved tattoos for a very long time, but I had to think for a very long time about what I exactly wanted. So I did end up committing to a plan of covering my legs, and it's been really fun. It's been a challenge, and this is a whole video in itself, but a couple of things, it's all tied in together. Listen, we're on a ramble, so we can talk about all of it. The tattoo side of things is I'm trying to cover my legs in the next year and a half, ideally, from different artists around the world that I really love. And I would love to be from ankle to hip, knees covered, back of my legs covered, just like different pieces, all grayscale, black ink only, black and gray. And I'm like getting tattoos, like getting some matching tattoos with people that mean a lot to me. I'm getting tattoos for people. I'm getting pieces just from artists that I adore, getting pieces that I've always wanted, stuff like that. And so that is like a plan that I have officially enacted, and it's been going really well on the tattoo end. When I say on the tattoo end, it's because the other half of this plan was actually to address my anxiety. I have horrific food anxiety, health anxiety, and then because of those things, travel anxiety, anxiety in general. But what has been kind of debilitating for me recently has been the food anxiety that is centered around my sesame allergy. You probably have heard me talk about this a million times, so I'll try to keep it brief. I'm allergic to sesame, and in the US, you don't have to label for sesame until 2023, I believe. They finally passed a law. You know, there's the top 8 allergens in the United States, and sesame is the 9th. They finally passed it as like a top 9, so now like food makers will now have to disclose sesame as an allergen, which is going to make my life significantly better. But until then, I've just been very conditioned to be quite scared around food that isn't safe or familiar, which is reasonable because it can literally kill me, which sucks because you have to eat all the time. Every single event that humans have, there's food, there's expectations, social expectations. You always have to eat. There's always food. So I've been doing oral immunotherapy for the last year. So that's been new this year, which is essentially, I'm like kind of dumbing it down a bit, under strict doctor supervision with a doctor who knows oral immunotherapy. I'm essentially microdosing sesame in order to change my immune system response to sesame protein if it were to ever enter my system. So this has been really successful in kids. Not as many adults have ever done it, so the results are a little, like, not really sure. It's been a very slow and terrible process for me. Basically, every day, I have a 3-hour window where I can't do anything at all. Basically, I have to eat a huge meal, which sounds really fun until now. I'm on ADHD medication, which makes me not hungry at all. So I'm forcing myself to eat a giant meal because your stomach can't be empty. Otherwise I would go into anaphylaxis, which happened in the doctor's office. I was fine, obviously, but still was not fun. You have to eat a bunch of food. You have to then take your sesame. So right now I'm taking 0.1 grams of sesame a day. It's about like 20 seeds, which is incredible. I started at the most minute amount of like tahini in, you mixed it with like Kool-Aid and you took it in a syringe. I was taking like this much, like less than 1/6 of a sesame seed, and I've gotten up to about 20 seeds. I know, stop it. So after I take my sesame dose, then I have to, so this is an hour before and then 2 hours after. I cannot be too hot or raise my heart rate. I can't shower. I can't exercise in any way. I can't be too hot or too cold. So like I can't go outside. I can't walk my dog. I can't take her to potty. I just have to chill so that I don't go into anaphylaxis. I can't drink, obviously, in those 3 hours. And there's a bunch of rules, essentially. I have to take a bunch of like medication to lessen potential reactions. But this is a daily thing, which has been fine. It's become part of my day, but it is much harder when you're trying to leave your house. In the times where I'm like home and there's no events and I'm not expected to be anywhere and I'm just gonna be at home, like it's fine. It's really not that bad. But if there's a wedding or my friends are coming over or I'm traveling, it becomes a lot more annoying. And I'm just really hoping it works. I am really, really hoping it works. You can get to certain stages, essentially, like some people who finish OIT, oral immunotherapy, are able to eat their allergen. You know, you would eventually get down to, you'd only have to take your dose like once a week instead of 7 times a week. That sort of stuff. Oh, you can't fall asleep. You can't take it too late. Yeah, it's very annoying. But I'm trying to get to a place where I feel less scared. In restaurants, food establishments, I can't eat anything that I don't know. I don't know what's in it. And then like comes in the anxiety part where it starts to defy logic. Like even though I know there's really no way there's sesame in that. There's no way, like cross-contamination would be so minute, like you would be fine. I still get like just debilitating anxiety and it's really annoying. It's not great. It's not fun. And then with the pandemic and the lockdown and everything, I have very much been a homebody and not left my house, and I've been very comfortable. So it got a little bad where I was like just recognizing in myself that I needed to do something because I would just stay in my house forever, eating safe food and not, living a good quality of life that I really should be able to. So part of the tattoo journey is actually to bribe myself to travel. It sounds so stupid, and I know so many people like would love to travel and can't for different reasons, and I don't want to sound like a brat at all. And I hope I don't. I just travel gives me, it just makes me feel terrible. I feel awful when I travel. But Ben really loves to travel, and there's a ton of places that I've never been and that he's never been. And we should kind of like go now, I guess. If we're gonna go, we gotta go now. In terms of our age. And, once the vaccine and everything got out and it was safer to travel again, and now the booster's out, at least in America. I mean, now we're kind of laying low again just until things are a little better travel-wise. But yeah, so the tattoos would get me to go, and I'm really grateful that I kind of was able to do some of these trips. We went to Germany, we went to Dresden, and we went to Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and they were absolutely beautiful countries. My family is German, so it was I've never been to Germany. I really do hope to go back because we didn't get to stay for very long. And Amsterdam, I've always heard such amazing things, and the Netherlands in general. We got to go a little bit. I made sure we got to go on like a guided tour with Tom's Travel Tours. Highly recommend. He was awesome. We went up to Edam as well. But obviously, if anyone does like international travel, you know that you can spend so much time in any one place. And just like with my channel and things like that, like I can never stay for too long. But I did get to spend almost a full week in Amsterdam, so that was awesome. It was like the longest trip I think we've been on. It was beautiful, so I was very grateful that I went on those trips. The anxiety was terrible, but I don't regret it, obviously, and I think it did end up helping me via pure exposure therapy, that like, hey, if you can do this, other things that aren't as big won't seem so scary. Flying across the ocean is obviously a big source of major anxiety. One of the flights, they were serving like sesame to everyone on the plane, and I was so scared. Oh my god, I'm like laughing, but I was not laughing. I put on like 3 masks and an eye mask and like threw my coat over my head and like just stayed huddled in my coat for like 5 hours because I was terrified. But I did it, and I got across the ocean. Sorry, Satine just got home. I had to say hi to her. You can probably hear her banging downstairs. But yeah, I mean, I'm just being very, very open and honest right now about what I've done this year, essentially. And then I got to go to Montreal with River, and we got tattooed there, and it was incredible. And I will definitely be making like a tattoo tour video soon because I have a couple more artists I'm really looking forward to reaching out to and hearing back from. But yeah, so I got to do some international travel, and it sounds weird, but I'm very proud of myself because I know for me that it's like the last thing I ever want to do, you know? And again, it's like so many people that I know, like, it sounds like the best thing ever, and it is, it really is. I just can't I can't understate how bad sometimes it gets. And I really do think it's so much of it, like, I think it's like 90% like my food allergy issue. So I'm really trying to address that with the OIT. I'm really trying to keep that going and seeing if I can make that better. Most kids, you know, they're finished their OIT in like 9 to 12 months. It's been like 12 months for me, and I'm not close at all. So that's been tiring, but there's like hope there, you know, there's hope. But yeah, the tattoo tour thing, definitely will be getting a ton more tattoos. Just on my legs though, I have like an L on the back of my arm there. And I have the non-stop tattoo from the charity stream. That was my very first tattoo on my ribs. But the rest will be on my legs, so you won't see them really at all until the tattoo tour. No neck tattoos, even though I think they look dope. That's been my biggest life updates. The other reason that I'm doing the tattoos in the next year and a half, and we're trying to do just some travel now, is Ben's about to turn 30. Wow. Not about to, he has a full year. He turns 30 in November. We both do want to have kids someday, soonish. So, you know, I gotta get tattooed before then, because, you know, I'm not gonna get tattoos after you have kids. Like, I'm gonna be busy. I don't have time to heal my knee tattoos with a toddler around. And obviously international travel as well. So I wanted to do that nowish. Again, I fully plan on continuing to make content. Don't get nervous. You know, it's like in high school when your favorite English teacher gets pregnant and then you're like, great, see you later. I know you're retiring now. No, Ben and I have, obviously we won't know until life happens. Obviously, you can't plan down to a T pretty much anything. Like, I don't even know if we can have kids. Like, we're gonna figure it out, aren't we? Yeah, I mean, my plan, the talked about plan, is that I would continue to make content, ASMR content here on this channel. So, but yeah, that's that. I think that's pretty much everything. You guys see a lot of it. Most of my day is, you know, taking care of Satine, cleaning up after my last video and setting up for the next one. A lot of computer work and just random life stuff that comes up, just like everybody else. Yeah. Hope this has been an interesting ramble. Thank you guys so much if you stuck around. We need one of these every once in a while. I usually just feel like I don't have that many updates. But that was a good one. That was a good update, I think. So, looking forward to January and February. Again, I will be around if you are missing Gibi content. I'll be on Instagram and Twitter, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to stream some. I really miss streaming. I'll make some fun TikToks. I really enjoy making those. Yeah. And then new videos every Saturday. Then back to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday in March, and we'll figure it out from there. So I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful 2021. It feels wrong even saying that. We all know this was a wild year, but still, there are a lot of positives, and thank you guys for being one of those massive positives in my life. 2022, again, the years are just starting to blend together anyway, so let's just keep it going, keep doing you, do your best. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for being there. Everyone's thanking. The whole world's thanking you. Thanking us for thanking you. Kill the turkey.